Hey, welcome back. Um, since it's Valentine's Day, I figured that this day warranted a video. So here we are, the day of love for twin flames. Um, I hope that it finds you well. Uh, Another thing is that there was a shooting down in Florida, and high school shooting, and it just sucks. And I'm really feeling sorry and bad for everyone, just everyone, but especially the people who were affected. So I won't say too much on that because most of it is self-explanatory. So, you know, by this time it's like you know the drill, and that just sucks. But I'm gonna move on from that. But Valentine's Day 2018. What is the deal? Um, I feel like, the masculines are breaking through their plane of progress, and I feel like the feminines are too. I feel like the masculines are really wanting us feminines to trust them. I feel like trust is the name of the game, and it's kind of tough because it seems like a lot of us feminines are going through a lot of uncertainty, like not uncertainty like we just don't know what we want or anything like that. It's like we're in this position where there's some of us that have little to no control. I know that I'm in that position. I've noticed it with other divine feminines that I'm in contact with, or whose channels I watch, or whose articles I read, and there seems to be like a bit of friction, and I think that's affecting some of the TF relationships, but in a positive way. I feel like it's a time for us to be patient with each other and the situations, because there is something pretty massive in a good way to learn. I feel like that's on the horizon. But, like I've noticed that when people do these readings, my opinion is that you need to keep in mind that people are coming from like their position. It's like I've picked up intuitively from listening to specific people's channels, that the person will be going through something, and most recently it was a feminine's channel, and I could tell that the things that she was dropping knowledge on were things that were happening in her life. And it's the same for me, but I think in a different way that I was picking it up for her. So that's kind of one of those, like, that's an example of like something that I've touched on before, like when it's somebody else's info that they're sharing, for the collective. Keep in mind, like, the formula case by case can change. And I think that sounds pretty obvious, but sometimes at first it can be a little startling, or even like off-putting, like, is that what's happening, or I didn't think that was happening with me. But you'll see like that it kind of is, but like in a different way. I think most of the time, for me, like I'll give the example paralleling us. She's going through some stuff with her job, and she's going through some stuff with karmics with her partner, her twin flame. And I feel like I'm going through the same thing. And a big part of my strife or my frustration is that I have like little to no control over hardly anything that's happening right now. I changed jobs. Well, not really changed jobs. Like, I left my studio like near the end of last year, like maybe around the fall. And I decided to like work from home tattooing. And, working at home is a big difference. It's a lot different than working in a studio because it's different getting new clients. Like I'm trying a whole new approach, because I don't want to just have strangers coming into my place. That was a big reason that I decided not to go to another studio. It's because I wanted to choose everyone that I tattooed. But now I'm working just with my existing clients, and it's really up on their schedule. It's not like a new person every day, or, because I don't even want that in my house, because all that energy is just, and you share a lot of energy when you tattoo somebody. So, but slowing down my career, it frustrates me because I have goals, and, that's just the whole thing within itself. Another thing is, I don't know, just little things here and there. I really won't go into detail about them because I will wind up just getting frustrated, because I feel as if I'm making like progress and I know what's going on, I can sit tight and be pretty patient. If I feel like I'm just chilling, and playing the waiting game, like I get really frustrated. And I think that's like the case with a lot of people. It's just every avenue in my life right now is like that. And I pray about it, and, I meditate a lot about it. And all of it's pointing to like being patient. And that's exceptionally frustrating for me. And it's the same thing in my twin flame relationship. And I won't go into that too much, but it's like everything in my life is kind of like pointing to that. And that's one of those things that I've heard, like, other people who have channels and who write about this, they'll say like, it's not all about that love thing in these relationships and these unions, it's like a lot of it has to do with like healing yourself as an individual, which leads to the two of you, which leads to the collective. But it's not only about that. That's a big part of it. But it's also about like, the things that you have to do along the way. And I don't know if any of you guys are feeling like this out there, but honestly, like I have to be real. Like I have to stay thankful, because honestly, like I don't feel like helping anybody anymore. It's like I do, but my frustration is leading me to being like, when is it gonna get like easier for me? When am I gonna hit like a goal, or a milestone? And I know it's just not my time. I know it's about being patient, but I think it's just been going on like that for what seems like a long time. And, I think my word is just to be encouraged to keep on going, to tell you the truth. Because, it's like I do want to help people and stuff like that. But sometimes in your own life, you just kind of need that marker, and after you haven't had it for a while, it's like, it feels like you're just treading water, and that affects everything in what I do. So, my lesson now is patience and being selfless, and maybe that's what it is for a lot of other people, at this time, because I feel like a lot of us are going through this. I've been seeing it, and it just seems to be like the nature of the situation. So, I don't know. Keep on trucking, I guess, should be the title of this video. Keep positive. Keep hope alive. Another channel, she mentioned God doesn't want to just take you to this place where it's like, all right, you're done, you know, or have you like signing up for just permanent state of uphill, you know. Because there have been good breakthroughs and stuff, but I'm not necessarily like the most patient person at all. But when you're not that patient and you've had to be patient for like a long time, and we're not only talking about like my twin flame situation, you know, it's like everything. And we're talking about like months on years for like things that are exceptionally important to me, including my twin flame. You know, today's Valentine's Day, and I spent my day going to the post office to mail stuff out to him because he's, what, 6,000 miles away? So, you know, it's just is what it is, you know? And it's just like, if I had my way, you know, it'd be different. But I know the angels are having a different opinion. I know God's opinion is different. I can see in my life and in his that it's just not the right time. But the way that I am is that we can make it the right time. And that, along with other things in my life that I thought would have lined up by now, that I've been working on for months at least, you know, it's like no, just no across the board. And I can be relatively spoiled, so being told no repetitively for months, it's like something's got to give, you know, like come on. So what I'm trying not to do is nut the fuck up, to be honest. Not just shut down and just go play Skyrim for like 15 hours, say fuck my job, fuck school, fuck tattooing, fuck everything. I'm just gonna go game it. This is those tough parts. This is one of those tough parts. So if anyone else is having like a tough little stint, make it through. We'll be cool. It'll be all right after some time. That's my inkling. So anyway, on that note, I'll talk to you another time, and be well in the meanwhile. And thanks for watching. Thanks for being here.